Whenever you are trying to get the highest possible price when selling your house, always ask this question. Write this down, folks. After you get an offer, ask this. Alright guys, so we are going to talk about how to sell your house fast. My top 6 tips. Pay attention because I'm about to drop a lot of game. So in a previous video, I broke down the difference between selling your house with a real estate agent versus selling your house to an investor. And I mentioned that if you have the time to put your house on the market, make repairs, and wait for the highest and best offer, then a real estate agent is probably the best way to go. However, if you need to sell fast, an investor might be your best option. And of course, people ask me, well, why would anybody need to sell so fast? Ladies and gentlemen, there are tons of reasons why people need to sell their houses quickly. Here's some reasons, just to name a few. So, you could have possibly inherited a property that you have absolutely no desire to keep, and it's now just sucking money out of your pockets every month. Okay, maybe you just want to unload a rental property that has problem tenants that are driving you crazy, and again, sucking money out of your pockets. Or maybe you just received a new job, or you're transferring to a different branch location of your current job and you need to relocate immediately. Or some people just might be going through a messy divorce and both spouses just want to get rid of the property and liquidate it and move on with their lives as soon as possible. Or maybe you're behind on mortgage payments and you're facing possible foreclosure in the upcoming weeks. Now that could be really sticky. You know, it could just be that you simply just don't want to deal with structural issues or cosmetic repairs on your house just because it wouldn't be worth it to invest any more time or money into the property. So those are some of the situations that my partner and I have dealt with when acquiring these types of properties. And the best part of it all is when we can achieve a win-win situation for the homeowner and ourselves, of course, being investors. Some of these situations are very tough to deal with and uncomfortable things because this is when someone is typically going through some major issues in their life and the house is basically just holding them down. And that's where we come into play and just rid you of that headache. If you find yourself in any of these situations or you need to sell your house fast for any other reason, these tips will definitely help you get your property sold quickly. All right, shameless plug, of course, I have to plug myself. If you really need to sell fast, consider the option of selling to a qualified local investor like me. My partner and I will give you a fair cash offer within 24 hours. We're mainly buying properties in Pennsylvania and Jersey, but you know, we're open to other markets. We just live in Pennsylvania and Jersey. So, and we have partners in pretty much nationwide. So just send me an email at info@ez-resolutions.com. I'll put it in the description to get your no obligation fair cash offer. Now, let's get to the tips. So lately, with COVID and everything going on, the financing has been crazy, you know. Basically, even though interest rates are low, banks are demanding a ridiculous amount of documentation to show that, you know, you could pay for the loan in order just to receive the loan. So they're making the process even more strenuous than it already is to get a traditional loan. So tip number 1, if you need to sell your house fast, you need to make it known that you want to sell to a cash buyer. This is someone who has the money at their disposal to purchase your property. Instead of depending on a bank to approve the financing, selling cash should allow for a much faster transaction. Now, tip number 2, market your property. Some of the best sites to market your property for sale by owner are, ready? Take notes. Facebook Marketplace, Facebook for sale by owner groups in your local market, Craigslist.com, for sale by owner.com, Howzo.com, Howzo with a Z, for sale by owner, aka Fizbo.com, that's a separate site, Zillow.com, and Trulia.com. Now there are plenty more sites, so you gotta do your research just to give yourself the best opportunity to sell. Some of these sites cost a fee, some of these sites are free, but it's all part of the process of selling your house yourself. So make sure you have some eye-catching pictures of the house. You might want to hire a professional photographer or videographer. And you want to make sure you include a captivating description of the property because people read that as well. Now, tip number 3. Do not overprice your property. Make sure you are setting competitive pricing for your house. Otherwise, it will sit on the market and that will defeat the whole purpose of selling your house fast. Every homeowner wants to believe that their house is worth more because of the emotional attachment they have. But please, please, please do not do that. It will have adverse effects on selling your house fast. So do your research, analyze the comparable properties in the surrounding areas that match your house, and price it accordingly. Tip number 4. Be willing to show your property when requested. Or, this is a tip within a tip, hold an open house for groups of buyers to come at one time. And keep it clean to the best of your ability, obviously. Now you're getting some traffic and you're getting some offers. Keep in mind that anyone can write a cash offer even if they're borrowing money to purchase your property. So tip number 5, make sure that you're dealing with someone who can actually close. How do you do that? Research the person if you can, or if they're an individual person, if they're a representative of a company, you might want to do some research. Check their website, look for testimonials and previous clients that they have dealt with. Ask them specific qualifying questions like this. Where do you normally invest? Will you be borrowing money or paying cash? How soon can you close? And you gotta make sure that they're sticking to their word throughout the transaction. Like, they gotta be showing up for their appointments that they schedule with you. They should call when they say they're going to call, and they should have a verified title company or a closing attorney. Often qualified investors like myself have access to cash available for real estate deals, good real estate deals, whether it be through our own cash in the bank, credit, funding partners, private lenders, or hard money lenders. We have a lot of options. But that means that we can close quickly and you don't have to wait for a bank to come through and approve us for financing. So you'll get your sale done and cash in hand pretty quickly. And qualified investors like myself also have no problem providing you access to references who can verify that we have the ability to close. So tip number 6 goes back into what I just said in tip number 5, which is just make sure you have a valid, good closing attorney or title company. If you're dealing with the attorney or title company that a buyer brings and not one that you choose yourself, just make sure that they are verified and validated, and they can also help you get the job done. All right, here's a bonus tip for those of you who made it all the way to the end, because I know it's such a hard thing to keep everybody's attention. Whenever you are trying to get the highest possible price when selling your house, always ask this question. Write this down, folks. After you get an offer, ask this: is that the best you can do? It seems so simple, but this is something that the best of the best salespeople do in the world. This simple question will prompt the buyer to think their current offer is not enough and may provide enough edge for them to bump it up. So write that down, guys, and don't forget to ask when you get that next offer. So there you have it, folks. My top 6 tips, plus a major bonus tip if you made it to the end, for those of you who are looking to sell your house quickly and by yourself. But of course, if you don't want to do this all by yourself and you prefer a cash offer from me, just go ahead and send me an email at info@easy-resolutions.com. I'll go ahead and put it in the description for you guys, so you can just click on it and send me an email from there. And I'll be more than happy to analyze your property and provide you with a fair cash offer within 24 hours. So if you like this video, please just like it, subscribe, share with a friend if you found it helpful for yourself and if they might find it helpful. And I hope you guys stick with me on this real estate journey. Continue to watch my videos. Also, let's connect on Instagram and Twitter at flyhigh_Lil. I'll put that also in the description. And Facebook at Lillian Chuck Weezy. I know it's a mouthful. It's in the description. And just send me a personal message saying that you watch my videos so I can follow you back. All right, guys. Stay safe. Stay blessed. I'm out.